Hi, my name is Coldbear and let's start with Encased. This is a sci-fi party-based RPG. People are talking that Encased is like a weird baby of Mass Effect and classic Fallout, and that is never a bad thing. Well, I'll be honest, most of the negative comments revolve around the story. The further you play, the more you are disappointed with the given answers or no answers at all. Things are getting repetitive and the sheer amount of looting containers is just wasting your time as you go. But this is a great game character-wise. A recommendation of one player is just to play as a convict with an intellect score of 1, and you will see that developers actually care and took time to create a narrative for a dumb person. That sounds cool, especially that the writing of this game is actually really good. You will find a link to this game in the description below, along with all the links to all the games in this list. Heroes of Might and Magic 3, 4, and 5. If you ever wanted to have a collection of legendary Heroes games, this is your chance to obtain it, cause they are cheaper than ever. Also, when I say obtain it, I mean it. No internet connection is required to play these games on GOG, you actually own the installers. But if you just want a modern experience, I do recommend buying Heroes of Might and Magic 3, then upgrading it with HD mod, installing Horn of the Abyss expansion, which is free, and then play the game like you never played it ever before. New monsters, new artifacts, new heroes, and even new towns await you here. If you are in doubt or not sure how to install these goodies, you can find a video in my channel named Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Modding Guide, or click the card in the right upper corner. It's an easy to understand tutorial and you will be able to play multiplayer as well. And yeah, there are plenty of players online. Biomutant. This is a game for a younger audience, and I honestly don't know if this discount is good enough for you to buy it. You know, for your nephew, for example. I bought it on release date for the full price, because I was kinda assured by their advertising that this is a game for all ages, and, you know, I felt for it. So I just checked, I have 2.8 hours of game time. Yeah, for 60 euros that was a very expensive deal for me. But nevertheless, if I was 12 years old and I got this game for, let's say, 20 euros, that sounds way better. So Biomutant is an open-world, post-apocalyptic Kung Fu style RPG. It has unique martial arts style combat system allowing you to mix melee, shooting, and mutant ability action. You are some kind of raccoon and you have to save the world. The best thing for me here was an off-screen narrator who was often making jokes, and some of those jokes were funny even to me. I would give this game like 6 beers out of 10. It's not bad, but it's not very good as well. Ghostrunner. This is a hardcore slasher packed with a lightning-fast action set in a grim cyberpunk megastructure. Here you will have to climb a huge tower, which was obviously built to compensate for something, and that tower somehow is humanity's last shelter after a world-ending cataclysm. So here you have to make your way up from the bottom to the very top to confront the evil boss. The streets of Tower City are full of violence, evil dude rules with an iron fist and little regard for human life. So some kind of Putin, and you have to end him. That sounds nice. Although be warned, if you never liked the platforming part of Doom Eternal, Ghostrunner is definitely not for you, because platforming besides the killing part is all you will do here. Divinity Original Sin 2. Made by the same studio as Baldur's Gate 3, this is one of the best party-based RPG games ever created, and people in the comments are openly saying that this may be the best game they have ever played in general. But, you know, you shouldn't trust people that easily. There are people in the world who eat strawberries with mayonnaise. Would you want advice on the best games from them? I surely wouldn't. So we don't know who is recommending Divinity Original Sin as the best game ever created for you. Maybe they all eat strawberries with mayonnaise. And not only strawberries, avocados as well. Maybe they scoop out the seed and they fill the empty place with the mayonnaise. Well, probably not, but you never know. I do not do it, so you can trust me. I use mayonnaise on potato salad like it's supposed to be, so my advice is always legit. Please subscribe. Also keep in mind that this is a serious game for adults. It has dark and gloomy world and sexual content. But don't worry, it will keep your virginity as strong as ever, because the game will take about 200 hours of your boring life, and that is really amazing. Thymesia. This is a dark fantasy action RPG with fast-paced combat and an interesting plague weapon system. In a kingdom where death spreads, play as a mysterious character known by the codename Corvus. I may be wrong, but isn't it the same name as the main protagonist in Dishonored? Did they run out of names or something? And you know, as always, Corvus is a kingdom's final hope. The fate of the land is resting in your hands. So it's fair to say that the kingdom is doomed, because this is a Souls-like game. You know, also it's a short game. It is possible to beat it in 6 hours, but hey, let's be fair and square and triangle. It ain't gonna happen unless you are a god of GamePod. So buy it only if you like Dark Souls and Sekiro, for example. It's very similar to those games. Also, if you like tea with thymes, then you are strong and this game needs you. Wasteland 3 Colorado Collection. This version of the game includes both the Battle of Steeltown and the Cult of the Holy Detonation expansions, as well as the Colorado Survival Gear bonus items, and the game itself is a wonderful gem for all Fallout, Baldur's Gate and turn-based combat fans. In Wasteland 3 you will travel to the frozen wastes of Colorado to deal with gangs, cults and psychopathic clowns in an effort to bring stability to the wastes. Or you know, even more chaos and even more psychopathic clowns. Here decisions really matter, not like in real life. Also remember that you will find all the links to the games in the description below. One click and you're there. Alan Wake. On Steam it has 90% of positive reviews, and on GOG it has scored 4.3 out of 5. And while Alan Wake is a bit older game, it only means that it stood the trials of time really well. It is presented in a style of TV series and features action as well as storytelling sequences. As you dive deeper and deeper into the mystery, you'll face overwhelming odds, plot twists and cliffhangers. Yeah, cliffhangers in a game, that's cool. It's only by mastering the fight with light combat mechanic that you can stay one step ahead of the darkness that spreads across the land in this psychological action thriller. I should probably say that this is a full version of the game, with all the DLCs, improved resolution and all other stuff you don't really care about if you never play the game. It's good, I do recommend it. And remember, you can trust me because I do not eat avocados with mayonnaise. I am really trustworthy.
Return of the Obra Dinn.
In 1802, the merchant ship Obra Dinn set out from London to the Orient with over 200 tons of trade goods. 6 months later, it hadn't met its rendezvous point and was declared lost at sea. But early this morning, about 5 years after its disappearance, the Obra Dinn drifted into a port with damaged sails and no visible crew. As insurance investigator for the East India Company London's office, you dispatch immediately to find means to board the ship and prepare an assessment of damages. So this is a first-person mystery adventure based on exploration and logical deduction. In other words, a story-rich, single-player, atmospheric horror detective retro walking simulator of the Planet of the Apes. 4.7 out of 5 score on GOG is proof that you won't be disappointed even if it looks very weird. Actually, this is one of the must-play games every gamer should at least try. Link in the description. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. You will step into the boots of a ginger girl who will deal with anyone very painfully if you look at her in a funny way. And it seems that most of the Horizon Zero population has something against her, so, you know, they die. This game reminds me of The Witcher, but for a younger or, you know, less brutal audience, because it has somewhat similar battle mechanics, open world full of monsters, many dialogues, third-person view, and so on. But here you will not find any gore, twisted creepy quests, splattering blood fountains, or boobs. Ginger girl will never show you what she is hiding. Here you'll get no love affairs, no hot scenes by the waterfall, just robot dinosaurs and indigenous people. I played like 30 hours of this game 2 years ago on my PlayStation. I had a great time but never finished it because I got stuck in some cave filled with enemies I couldn't beat. I could probably load the game and I planned on doing that, but I never did. Anyway, this price is more than right. I remember paying 60 euros for it, and to be fair, I was happy with my purchase. It's not Biomutant, grab it bravely. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.